Welcome to Fort Fisher, North Carolina, a place where history meets the natural beauty of the coast. Stretching along the Atlantic shoreline, this peaceful area today was once the site of a fierce battle and historic change. In this 360-degree experience, you'll step back into the 1860s, where sand, sea, and strategy came together to shape the course of American history. Take a moment to look around and imagine how different this area once appeared during the Civil War era. Fort Fisher earned the nickname Gibraltar of the South because of its formidable defenses. Unlike traditional brick forts, Fort Fisher was built mostly from earth and sand, making it more resilient against cannon fire. Stretching across this windswept peninsula, the fort's massive walls protected the vital port of Wilmington, a lifeline for the Confederacy. The soldiers who served here knew the importance of their post. Supplies like food, medicine, and weapons passed through Wilmington to the Southern armies still fighting across the countryside. Take a closer look at the earthworks around you. These mounds are the remains of the defensive structures that once towered even higher, lined with heavy artillery. The fort covered more than a mile of coastline, with batteries, rifle pits, and underground shelters. During the war, dozens of heavy cannons overlooked the beach and the sea, prepared to fend off Union assaults from both land and water. Imagine standing here over 150 years ago, hearing the rumble of distant ships and preparing for an enemy attack. By 1864, Fort Fisher had become the last major stronghold protecting the Confederacy's access to the Atlantic. The Union Navy had blockaded most southern ports, but blockade runners still slipped through the defenses here at Fort Fisher under cover of night. These fast, low-profile ships carried precious goods into Wilmington, vital for keeping Southern armies supplied. But Union commanders knew if they could capture Fort Fisher, they could sever the Confederacy's last major artery to the outside world. In January 1865, Union forces launched a final massive assault against Fort Fisher. More than 9,600 Union soldiers, supported by 600 naval guns from a fleet offshore, attacked the fort by land and sea. The Confederate defenders, fewer than 2,000 strong, fought fiercely from behind these very mounds of earth and sand. After 2 days of brutal combat, the Union breached the walls, capturing the fort, and with it, sealing the fate of Wilmington and the Confederacy's hopes for survival. As you visit these grounds, imagine the chaos and courage that once filled this space. Smoke from cannon fire would have filled the air, the thunder of musket volleys and battle cries echoing off the dunes. Men fought hand to hand atop the parapets you see before you, struggling desperately for every inch of ground. Today, the earth is still, but the echoes of that conflict and the bravery displayed here continue to resonate through time. Fort Fisher's fall marked a major turning point in the Civil War. Shortly after its capture, Wilmington itself fell to Union forces, and the Confederacy was left without a viable port on the Atlantic coast. With supply lines severed, the Southern war effort began to collapse. Today, this preserved site serves as a living classroom, a place where we can remember the cost of conflict and honor the sacrifices made by both sides during one of the most pivotal periods in American history. In 1921, veterans and citizens gathered here to dedicate this monument, a tribute to those who fought and fell at Fort Fisher. The simple stone obelisk stands as a silent sentinel overlooking the battlefield, honoring courage, sacrifice, and memory. It reminds us that history is not just about battles and dates, but about real people whose lives, hopes, and struggles shape the future of the United States. Pause for a moment to reflect on their legacy and how their actions continue to shape the world we live in today. Beyond its battlefield past, Fort Fisher is a place of renewal, where nature has reclaimed the scars of war. Sea oats sway in the breeze, dunes rolled gently towards the ocean, and the Atlantic stretches endlessly into the horizon. As we close our journey, remember that Fort Fisher is both a place of remembrance and of resilience, a symbol how even after the darkest storms, life finds a way to heal. Thank you for exploring Fort Fisher with us. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to our channel.